Hey, it's Emmett. So I have wanted to do the All Hallows Right tag for a while, but I was kind of putting it off because I felt like I should be in costume for it. And I am planning to be a jellyfish for Halloween, so that's like an awkward costume to do on video because it involves like a clear umbrella and stuff. Um, anyway, but then I realized I have these exciting wolf ears, chartreuse wolf ears, made by my friend Hannah at my birthday party um, a couple weeks ago, and that counts. So, tag time! Okay, so the first rule is to provide a brief description of your novel before starting. Um, I am going to be using my work in almost completed first draft progress. I'll see you then. It's about Faye, who turns 18 at the top of the novel, and she has 3 wishes: to get into a pre-med program within a ferry ride of her best friends Lori, Doug, and Mai, to get over her crush on Mai, and to get in touch with her birth mother, and I will give you 3 guesses as to whether that all shakes out as planned. And the second rule is to not use the same character for more than 3 answers. And I'm going to put all of the questions in the doobly blah 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 so that you can use them as you will. Number 1, it's Halloween night. What is your protagonist dressed up as? I was actually kind of shocked to realize I had not really thought about how many of my characters are about Halloween because it just doesn't fall within the scope of the story, but they would all be pretty into it. I mean, the core friend group in the story is 2 thespians, that's Lori and Doug, an artist, that's Mai, and my protagonist, who quite fairly refers to herself as a lesbian dandy. And so I'm thinking, I am 100% certain that at some point she's gone from as Nan Astley from Tipping the Velvet. 2, who in your cast refuses to dress up and shows up at a Halloween party without a costume? As I've covered, we have to cross out the entire core friend group for this. They're well into it. But I can see Doug's little sister, Helen, thinking she's too cool for Halloween at 13 and trying to hang out with the older kids, but they're all about being dressed up and immature, and it would be a little awkward and disappointing for her. Sorry, Helen. 3, which character wears the most outrageous costume, and what would it be? So I think Mai is probably the one who'd be the least concerned about trying to look sexy in her costume. So in that sense, I think she definitely would be the most willing to really go all out and do something abstract and weird. Like, I can definitely see her taking her artistic inclinations to the nth degree and going as Duchamp's fountain, aka a giant urinal. 4, on Halloween, werewolves, vampires, and zombies are on the prowl. Which of your characters gets caught in their clutches, and which creature do they subsequently turn into? Doug, vampire, it's fine. He already lives in a black box theater and never sees the sun. 5, who wins the contest for best costume? Mai. 6, who hands out toothbrushes to the trick-or-treaters? Okay, so I can see Faye's mom pulling a stunt like this. She's one of those people who's in hardcore recovery from her own junk food addiction and wants to drag everyone else down with her. 7, which 2 of your characters decide to pair up and do an angel-devil costume together? So Mai's parents would definitely be my answer for this. Ken would be a fallen angel. Hannah would be the Jersey Devil. Mai would make the outfits for them, and they'd have a bar gig that night with an entirely gospel set list. 8, someone is too scared to even attend the Halloween party. Who is it? I think like Doug's mom probably doesn't really understand Halloween, so she pretty much just steers clear, but she's okay with her kids participating in it. 9, Who overdoses on Halloween candy and ends up sick? Who among us does not? But let's be honest, Faye's mom. 10. Which character is the most likely to place a curse or a hex on someone, and who would they curse? I would say Lori would just place like a blanket curse on every boy or girl who has done her friends wrong in the past year. Alright. I was not tagged by this by anyone but my own sorry self. So I am gonna also leave that to y'all. That's my story.